how are you going to unbind it and unlegal DRIPA, UNDRIPA, and SOGI and that? Like, if it's in the Constitution, I'm just trying to understand this because I know my wording is not exactly the right wording, but do you understand
yes,
what I mean?
do. Okay, so the first one's like DRIPA can be repealed. It can be. It was just an act of the legislature. It can be repealed. The reason Evie is not, he's saying he can't do that is because he's over a barrel. The First Nations have him. He tries to move on this.
Yeah.
They're going to blow him up, and they've said, you try to even touch it, we're going to blockade all of Victoria. Like, this is he's been threatened. He's even said this. He keeps saying there's going to be chaos if we repeal it. I'm like, Dave, we've already got chaos. It is chaos. We are in chaos.
Yes.
Now. And if we do repeal it, there is going to be some chaos in BC. No one wants to do this because it's going to be unpleasant. It's going to be like Margaret Thatcher and the coal miners union for a while. It's going to be protests, blockades, fires, cops, collisions, clashes. It's going to be rough times, and that's why so many politicians, in my opinion, watching for the last 30 years, they've been kicking this down the road, hoping somebody else would deal with it. But the time has come for us to gird our loins and get in there and say it's time, because this is not helping the average ordinary Indigenous person either. This is only benefiting the neo-tribal elite. It's making billionaires out of certain people, lawyers, consultants, and developers, and this is the real group that's pushing back on us. They're making tons of money. And so the SOGI and all of the indoctrination that's been implanted into all of our systems, pulling that out, root and branch out of everything, we can do that. That's not very hard. It just says all of it's gone, and if you don't stop the indoctrination in schools, your funding's gone. UBC, $1 billion a year you're getting. Pull it out. Stop referring to men as pregnant people. Stop referring to chest feeding instead of breastfeeding, or we're pulling your money.
The other thing is, the judges who are corrupt in that, when if you become premier, or if you're reformed, because you guys are interacting with each other, can you remove those judges? Can you remove the head of the RCMP here in British Columbia?
I don't think we can remove the head of the RCMP, but what we can do with the judges is...
Columbia, I don't mean all in Canada, just in British Columbia.
I don't know the answer to that, but I do know that with the judges, and probably Barry might have more to say about this, is that in order to control them, you start making practice directives, and you say this, you're not doing this anymore, or if there's not sentencing properly, we can have minimum sentences in BC for certain things, because the discretion that's being exercised right now is being exercised to the most liberal extreme of every judgment you could possibly give. And why? A lot of judges don't like to be the tough judge. No one wants to be that judge. Your courtroom's empty. All the defense lawyers want the nice judge who, oh, okay, diversion, we'll give you, just a low-intensity prison or no prison or, probation. So it's about saying you don't have, removing some discretion from them, and no one likes minimum sentences, but it seems like the time has come. If you're not going to do your job, you're going to be hit with some minimum sentence requirements in BC. That's an attorney general that would have the guts to say stuff like that. So there's a lot to do. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy. That's also, whoever leads the new Conservative Party has to have strength and vitality. It's going to be 5 a.m. till midnight every day for 4 years, if not longer. And that person has to be going. It's not going to be wandering in at 10 in the morning and leaving at 5. It's going to be nasty. Yeah.
And so the RCMP are federal, correct?
RCMP is federal.
Federal. So you can't do anything about removing the head of the RCMP.
I don't believe you can. Some people say they want to have their own BC police force, and maybe that's an idea, but that's a whole other topic.
I'll just speak briefly.
Sure.
You've addressed the issue of racial division that is the backlash of these laws that are being added. I'm wondering if you could speak to the possibility of some of us are very concerned about religious persecution, that there's been an attack on one particular